Hey, what is up, everybody? Michael Crump back here again, talking about the latest and the greatest in PlayStation homebrew news and much, much more. With the PlayStation 4, there has recently been version 11.02 that has come out. Now, it does state right in here, which is something that I've definitely not seen before, but it says we've made some security fixes to the system software. They're basically calling out here that some of these things that we've seen reported is now going to be patched. So it obviously isn't giving us much more details than that. And the other thing that was super interesting about that was that if you look at the PlayStation 5, they also released version 08.40. And this one also says we've made some security fixes to the system software. So back over on the PS4, the rest of the notes here are pretty much the typical stuff. We've improved the system software performance and stability, and we've improved the messages and usability on some screen. And then over on the PlayStation 5, it basically says the same exact thing. As always, you definitely do not want to update to any of these if you are interested in running Homebrew on your PlayStation 4 or your PlayStation 5. Next up, we finally got some news regarding the PlayStation 5 Pro. So there's been tons of rumors about the PS5 Pro and what are some of the specs on it. And while this information leaked, it appears that it is correct, but we don't really know. Now, a few things that was interesting in here was that in July 2023, Tom Henderson reported that the PS5, codenamed Trinity, is currently in development. It currently has these stats right here and is targeting a November 2024 release date. He also mentioned that it has accelerated ray tracing. And then there was another code name here that was released, and it says that both of these code names follow the existing Shakespearean inspiration for code names. And then if we jump down into the new information, we can see there's a little bit of info about the CPU, that it is maintaining the Zen 2 architecture, that it is focused on 3 key technologies: fast storage, accelerated ray tracing, and upscaling. And then it has an amazing amount of shaders. It looks like 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, and the GPU frequency is 2.0 gigahertz. And then the most important thing is that it says that it will be a September 2024 reveal. So anyway, I just wanted to share the latest information that at least I've seen on the PS5 Pro. We'll have to see if this comes real, but I'll definitely leave a link to this where you can check it out for yourself. Now, flipping back over to the PS5 scene, there was some instructions that EchoStretch has shared on how to use a PS5 game file dumper. So in case you didn't know what this is that you can now take your PlayStation 5 games, such as Panda Hero Remastered, and you can dump those games onto your hard disk drive. Now, there are some instructions that, again, EchoStretch has provided for us, but there's also a utility that will kind of help a little bit more. And it was this one right here that is just called PS5 Game File Dumper. Now, if you go ahead and head over to the repo here, then you can see some instructions on how to use this. And basically what this states is that this code replaces step 2 to 6 from the game dump process by automating it. And the 2 to 6 that he is talking about there is all of these steps right here. So if you are dumping your games, definitely you want to go ahead and take advantage of this GitHub project right here, because it's going to make sure that you also get those things dumped over properly. I've been doing a number of these games myself. Well, I guess I've done 5 so far. In the 5 that I've done, it would have made it a lot easier to have just had this tool. So hats off to the developer for working on this. And then in more PS5 news, there is a new project here that is called PlayStation 5 Code Reader. And this is a UART reader. So this is going to be great for things like system diagnostics of the PlayStation 5, because you can do things like read the codes, see what's actually wrong with the system. Now, there is a screenshot in here. This is obviously a Windows application, but once you've got everything hooked up to your PlayStation 5, you load this up and then you can select auto here and then read, and you can actually read that UART log and you can get all kinds of information back out of it. And so here they probably did something such as take out a power cable where it would show an error code. And as you can see right here, it shows power short of the line, and then it says there is a communication error. So if you are looking for a free way to be able to diagnose a PlayStation 5 using UART, I would definitely recommend going ahead and checking this out. And then next up, I wanted to cover a couple of quick game releases that are very significant. Obviously, the biggest one is probably God of War Ragnarok, with the DLC currently being available to everybody, which is just a holla. Check your usual places if you want to go ahead and check that out. Another release that seemed like a lot of people were very interested in was Moss Book 2. Now, this is perfect if you have a PSVR because that is what is required. Moss is actually one of those games for PSVR that amazed me. So now having Book 2, even though Book 2 I believe has been out for some time, having it available now for the PS4 is going to be wonderful. So if you like the PSVR 1, which I'm probably the only person that does, then you have a new game to play. Also wanted to add in a couple of brand new themes. So there is this theme right here, which is one of the new themes that you can download. This is, again, a Grand Theft Auto 6 theme, which I'm absolutely loving these themes. You can get a look at this. You can obviously tell that a lot of this came out of the trailer, which was recently released. So definitely check out this theme if you like Grand Theft Auto 6, or I've got another one, which is this one over here by Starkiller91. Okay, and so here is what the other one by Starkiller91 looks like. You can see, obviously, the people here is kind of in the foreground, and you've got the wonderful Grand Theft Auto skyline in the background with a classic car. And there's also a Christmas theme over here that Anibus released. This is obviously in the theme of Astro or Astrobot from the PlayStation 5. Actually, it was in the PlayStation 4 VR, since I was just talking about VR. So yes, Astro from that series is available with a bit of a Christmas theme. Now, there was another new release for the PlayStation 4, and that was Apollo Save Tool version 1.42 has come out. And as you can see down here into the notes, there's been some new cheat codes that has been added, some additional custom decryption support, and then custom checksum support for a number of games. And there is, of course, some miscellaneous updates here, but this one definitely seemed a lot more centered around support for Metal Gear Solid. The last thing that I did want to share with you, at least for today, is that there is a Saturn2PS5 PKG that you can install on your PlayStation 5 if you would like to play Sega Saturn games. Now, this is obviously for Windows, and if you take a look at the screenshot here, it basically will allow you to select a couple of different games. Then there is this video here which shows how it works on the PlayStation 5. So another great addition if you are looking to play Sega Saturn games on your PlayStation 5. Well, anyway, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out.